Hello and welcome to the Hypertrophy Odyssey, chapter 216. It is the third day of the week, aka I don't have a name for it yet, and it also doesn't matter right now because the main subject matter at hand is about something that I wasn't going to talk about until right now. So originally I was going to talk about my hand and all that other stuff. I'll probably talk about that in the next episode, but now I'm going to talk about one thing and one thing alone, and that is I hate the United States Postal Service. I despise them. I dislike them to no other end. I think that they are the worst thing from the government. And listen, I understand. I don't want to disparage the people that actually work there because I understand it is a tough job. I'm not going to say I want the job for the love of God, but I think it's time to talk about the fact that we probably need to reform it or at least try to figure it out and maybe fix it, because I feel like a lot of people end up getting fucked over by it by a lot. And now I've had some horror stories. I'll hopefully tell you the story behind why I hate the Postal Service. And not only that, but why many times throughout my life, they've always been the one that fuck up. All right. And I don't know what else to say, because at this point, it always pisses me off that it's always USPS. If I see that something is coming for me from USPS, it's almost like I have to hold my breath until the package gets in my hands and hope to God that it actually gets here, because every time you never know, and it always sucks, because sometimes it's good, sometimes it sucks, and a lot of the time it sucks. And it's not even like I want to make fun of the people there. I understand they're doing a hard job. I'm gonna let that out now. But also, I mean, why are there so many fucking horror stories? I mean, I get it. Even places like UPS and FedEx have their own horror stories, which I'll talk about later. But even them, it's not nearly as much as USPS. I mean, they're just so fucking annoying that you can't ever get anything. And then when you do get something, it's either fucked or you just happen to be lucky. There you go. And listen, I know that we need to do stuff for the environment and all this other stuff, but we should really reform the Postal Service. I really feel like we should reform it. And you're maybe wondering, there are other more important things. Yes, but imagine all the things that actually come in the mail still. We are now far advanced into the future where technologies have changed. There isn't much physical mail that comes, right? But most of the time, when things do come as physical mail, most of the time, it's important at this point. If it's coming in, something happened where people want it. You know what I mean? An important or something crazy has been sent to you, you know? You're not going to get you're going to get the occasional spam mail, of course, and random shit, but you're not going to get as much as you would have maybe a decade ago or even 2 decades ago. You're not going to get that. So now it's even worse somehow, and for some reason it's like there's less volume, but yet there's more bullshit that happens, it seems. How has it gotten worse over time? I just don't understand it. Personally, I would like the idea of it to be slightly better for, everybody. Just even put yourself as a normal person. Imagine if you don't get your mail and one of the things that you're not getting is, I don't know, a debit card that you ordered, to replace the one that you're getting replaced, or a bill for something that you didn't know you had, or maybe a court date that you've been waiting for. That's important shit. And for some reason, if it gets lost, good luck, your fault. What the fuck is that? I just don't understand it. And personally, hopefully, in the voiceover, I actually am telling you some good news. I'm hoping to God that in the voiceover, I'm saying, oh, good news, everything was figured out. I'm hoping that that's what happens. I'm hoping. But for now, I'm just going to go off on a long rant, and if I don't tell you that it went well, you're going to be prepared for more of me cursing and yelling and being angry about the U.S. Postal Service and how they suck balls. With that being said, I'll see you downstairs. All right, so started this day off with squats, which were great to do, but I went very light on them because it had been forever. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. The U.S. Postal Service kind of sucks. And this is where I will talk about what happened to me. So I was supposed to receive a package on the day of this video when it was recorded. It said delivered. The package was not delivered. Now I do have a happy ending to this story, and that is that
the next day, the package came, even though it still had been said that it was delivered the day before. Now, I can kind of forgive that. I'm not going to lie. I was very pissed at the time because it isn't my first encounter with USPS kind of just being shit. There have been times where packages just kind of mysteriously appear. Actually, a week later, I ordered something from a different company, something completely different. I got a estimated date of delivery, and then when it was that date, and then the date passed, they just said, it'll get there when it gets there, which I don't think has ever really happened to me in either FedEx or UPS. And now thinking about it, they have been every once in a while, like delayed. I'm not going to say there haven't been delays in the universe and things like that from the other two. But when things get delayed, usually I will get a new estimated date of arrival and or just a general, hey, this happened to your package. We'll have it in there, but it was just delayed for X or Y reasons, of course. So that was something that pissed me off about USPS. They kind of just go like, when you get it, you get it. Kind of. And I was like, okay, well, fuck off then. So I just kind of have to wait around until this thing is actually in my hands and then pray for it. But that's not the only issue that I've had with USPS, particularly one, and I'll never forget it, was I was trying to return an item. It was a couple of items from a purchase that I made, but for some reason or somehow, the items got lost. And that was it. I was just out of luck. I literally lost money and also lost the items that I was trying to return. So I couldn't even keep it. It was just, they became lost mail and then that was it. SOL. I'm shit out of luck. Ever since that moment, ever since that actually happened, I never trusted any of the United States Postal Service or anything that they really do. And it pisses me off that things like that can happen. Aren't there services where you can buy a bunch of lost mail? That's crazy to me. Why can we do that? Why is there lost mail? I don't understand that. Yeah, there are certain addresses that don't exist and all these other things like that. I get that one. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, obviously if somebody fucks up a label, right? A good chunk of the time, I don't feel like it's the label that's wrong. I feel like something happened and then now just the package is mysteriously gone. How the fuck does that even happen? I genuinely don't understand it. It's kind of astonishing to me. I was very pissed off at this day, but I'm very, very, very glad that it was all resolved. But also, I hate the post office, and I really, really hope that they could get reformed in a way so that way people will still keep their jobs, but the other side of it will be slightly more efficient.
And this is where our employees gather to unwind after a hard day of serving the public. Bingo! Birthday card!
Graduation!
Ding, 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 wedding.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed. None. Exercises skipped. We have one. Actually, we have two. Wrist roller and calf raises. I need a calf block, so can't do calf raises quite yet. But I am working on that, so that is something. But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand. I think what pisses me off the most about the post office is that you are basically in the hands of not only possibly incompetent people, but also in the kindness of strangers. If, let's say, you get your shit misdelivered on, let's say, your neighbor's house or somewhere down the line where it's somewhere not that far off, you have to hope and pray that your neighbors are actually decent neighbors and say, hey, this isn't mine. Let me go take it to somebody else. Or they do the dickhead move of, oh, hey, this isn't addressed to me. Why did I get this after opening it? Or even worse, it's not mine. I'm throwing it away. Because you have to rely and hope that they end up coming to you and be like, hey, this is yours. Sorry about that. Or here you go. You never know where the fuck that's going to happen or if that's going to happen. That is a prayer that you have to go off of. And that's not if your mail is lost. God forbid if your mail is lost. That, ooh boy, if your mail is lost, they literally just send you an email that goes, that's it. That's it. That's all they do. And you know how ridiculous it is to think that we are in a place where you could just have an important document that you're waiting for, something life and death related, and then they're like, sorry. What the fuck? I don't understand. I really don't understand it, and it really frustrates me. I'm just missing a package. I'm not missing anything too crazy. Do I want this package? Of course. I'm making an entire fucking video about it. Is there ways that I can get out of being fucked from it? Yes, I can contact the company, tell them, hey, I never got it, blah, 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 which I plan on doing. But I'm just imagining and extrapolating how much more it could have been. I've probably already said the story of the return that just got lost, and that was $100. That could be the difference between eating and not eating. And it wasn't for me, thankfully, but there are so many things that are like that. Who knows what other things have gotten lost? I can't even imagine thinking about like checks that have gotten lost in the mail, money orders, rent, things like that, letters to get out of certain things that just happen to be lost, you know? It is quite astonishing. I just feel like there should be a little bit more insurance to make sure that, hey, your shit's gonna get there no matter what. And hey, even the bigger companies like UPS, FedEx, and like even Amazon, I have to throw them in there, even though they're not technically a delivery service, but they are, but whatever. That's a whole other story for a whole other day. But even they have somewhat of a like checks and balances system. If something comes bad from UPS, I'm gonna be like, listen, they got to go through all these packages. I understand it. I kind of get it. I'm also ordering like barbells and shit like that, so it's understandable that it's gonna be a little fucked up, right? You know, these guys are doing all these heavy damages, and I get it. There's a lot on the backs of many USPS workers, but still, maybe if we made it a little bit more efficient and made it so, hey, let's get rid of all the bullshit and make sure you focus on the little bit that you actually get that's actually important, and make sure that shit is top notch, no bullshit and degree. I mean, there is no other argument than try going to a fucking post office. Really. I mean, that explains itself. I mean, come on. Who's like, damn, can't wait to go to the post office? Absolutely no one. It is number 2 in the list of places I'd rather not be. Number 1 being the DMV, MVA, whatever you want to call it, because we're weird like that in Maryland. So it's a little bit different, but still, it is just an astonishing thing that is still the case now. But with that being said, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. This one is more of a ranty one, as you can probably imagine. I would like to hopefully have everything that I've had to happen resolved, but we'll have to wait and see until the voiceover. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. Please stay safe out there. Take care. Keep it heavy. Stay warm, even though I'm warm in here. It's not warm outside. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.